Hello, welcome to Andertons TV. My name is Jack Duxbury. He's the Maltese Falcon. Oz is in the background. And this is...
Andy Mack.
Come on, mate. And we are in ad hoc situations because the studio didn't work downstairs, so the Falcon's done amazing. We've flown upstairs. I still haven't even asked you what you've come in to show.
Well, this is going to be an incredible video for us because we're releasing 2 brand new plugins, right? But these are just not standard plugins. These 2 plugins will send shockwaves across the MPC industry because of the kind of things that you can do with them. You know, it gives us the ability to be able to control pitch, distortion, saturation, tape dropouts, vinyl, all of that crazy stuff. And that's a part of the history of the brand as well. Like when you go back to like 1988 where people were using 12-bit sampling, lo-fi crunching and sampling from vinyl, we've created a plugin that allows you to control all of these parameters. So for me and for us, it's an incredible product to be able to put this into the hands of the community. Absolutely amazing. So I just thought, let's bring it down, let me show you what it can do, and we'll dive in.
This isn't out yet?
No, so, well, actually, when the video goes live,
right, it'll be live. That's just cool.
But yeah, this is an exclusive for you, as always. You know, so it's called Flavour Pro, okay? And, you know, one of the things that people do in DAWs, right, they like to kind of crunch up their sounds and there's loads of plugins available. But with standalone, people want to take some of that technology and use it inside an MPC. So we wanted to create something that gave you the nostalgia of how you used to sample from records and the kind of noise and interference that you would have on a sample. So for instance, let's just take a Rhodes, right? Very plain. Dan Diggers, who did the Neo Soulful pack for us, great keyboard player, shout out to Dan. So what I can do, I can add Flavour Pro to a pad, to a program, to a track, audio, however I want. So let's turn it on. So already you can just flip it, but that affects the whole program, right? So what we could actually do, we could go into the pad and we can actually turn this on the pad, and you can hear this is corrupted tape. So with that one sound, look, you know, let's just go into it. We've got pitch, distortion, digital, vinyl, volume, and timbre. Now, what that means is I can go into the pitch and we can add, you know, wobble. We can go into this and I can add modulation, mix levels, the rate, make it fast, slow.
Wow.
And then we can take down how much of it we want to apply, right? Then we've got distortion, so we can go into our different types of distortion.
I love that it's all menu tabbed out so you can get the deeper controls.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So we can change the type of model, different types of amp simulations. You hear what we're now doing with that sample, right? So we can pull this back if we don't want too much. We can go to digital. We can go into the 3000. We can go to the 60. We can go SP12. So you can really start digging down into the sample rates. Hear that? You know, and for me, that little part there, that changes everything because it means that you can start taking all of these samples, but you can create your own samples and make them sound like old records as well. Like this Rhodes, like I said, it's a clean Rhodes, and we can just take it there. But that's just a little part of what we can do. We can pull this back.
The Falcon is losing his shit. He loses.
Right, you know, I was a very big part of this whole project with this plugin, and I've been dying to show this for so long. Do you know what I mean? Because I knew what it does to the platform and to the user base as well. You know, have this kind of technology. So vinyl, right? Let's just pull vinyl back. I love this. So let's go to. I'm just going to go to digital. I'm going to turn it off. We'll go back to vinyl. Let's let's add some crackle. Oh. Let's add some clicks to the crackle.
Yeah.
Right. Let's add some pops. Let's add some rumble. Right. Some noise and some hum.
Wow.
That's how you can go down. So you can go down into all of these different types of textures that vinyl reproduces, right? And then again, we can dial in the mix back.
That's so cool. You've got the mix on there.
Right. And then volume. So this is classic tape, right? And so we can go into tape dropout, right? Tape dropout.
Oh.
Tape drift.
I mean, it's reinventing the sample every time.
Yeah. Hear it drop in. Go back to distortion, digital. And then we have different types of EQ profiles as well.
Oh. That's cool.
So when you start combining all of these textures together, so let's just turn them off, okay? And let's just lay this beat down really quick, okay? So. And these textures like strings and stuff is a perfect example of what we're going to do. So, okay, so now we're here. We're going to go back to our samples, the Rhodes. Go to our presets, go to gramophone, go to the strings. So we've got strings here. And we're going to add this to the strings. Flavour Pro, which is under harmonics. So.
Oh, come on, Andy Mac, come on.
But what we can do as well, we can add this to the whole mix as well. So I've already got it on these two pads, and we can go into adding this to the mix. And I'm going to go to stuff like the MPC-60.
You got Oz in the back, he's rocking.
SV1200, you can hear the lift straight underneath. We can go to VHS. But what's great is that we can resample this as well. So we can resample this back to the pads and then create something completely different from it. So there's so much control with Flavour Pro, and it just gives people the ability now to create so many different textures. So let's just go to another, I'll go to another track and let's pull up, let me just pull up another kit, see what else I've got in here. So I've got another kit up here. Ooh. So let's kind of like flavour this up, right? So, did you like that? Flavour.
Yes, I did, yeah. Right. What's your flavour?
You'll get a strike for that on YouTube.
Do you reckon? Do you reckon it was that accurate?
Yeah. It was that in tune and key. So let's go to another kit. And what you can also do, you can actually use subgroups like you would on a DAW for bus compression stuff. So what I'll do, go to mix, subgroup 1, and we can put an instance of flavour up here. Okay, I'll just turn it off for a minute. And I can route these pads directly to it. So I would go to just channel 1, go to these pads, and then look. So these sounds, I might, whatever sounds I want, I can just route them out of the masters to the subgroup. So then when I go to the sub, which is here, so now these will all be affected. So. So now what we can do, we can go into this beat. So we could just make a beat roughly. So let's lay a beat down. And now what we do, we'll go to our samples and I'm going to make sure Flavour is off. So now, and we can go into the mix, bring up our subgroup. Go into whatever parameters you want, take off the vinyl, add tape dropout.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Add vinyl back in. So again, you can do some crazy stuff, but also, let's say for instance, let's just record the melodics. I'm just going to do it over 2 bars. Let's take that. It sounds like a record, right?
Yeah.
So what we can actually do now is we'll go to sample, right? So we can technically resample this whole thing. So we're going to go to sampler, we're going to go to input, which is going to be resample. So we're going to resample in stereo, and we're going to go record.
Yes.
So press stop, and I'm just going to go to bank B, hit this pad here, and we're going to go to keep. So now, right, this is the cool part. We've now got that sample on here, and we're going to edit this sample. Process. So now I've got a sample that I've turned into like an old record, and then we can chop it up like a sample. Right, so now I go shift, convert. Let's just make this into a new program.
So very quickly, we're away from an affected thing to a
Yeah.
brand new sample. No plugins, you're treating it.
That's right. So now I've gone to a new sequence. I've now got my treated sample with effects resampled and chopped up.
Oh, Andy Mac!
So now this is the, dude, this is where it gets crazy, because this is what the community do. They sample from records, they make these incredible beats, and there's a process of what they use. And this process is kind of making it even more creative, and this is why I think this is absolutely so incredible to have this in standalone. We're just sitting here with nothing else apart from the unit. So we can take this. So now we got that. Go to some drums. We're done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then we can add flavour back onto the whole thing.
Is it for live, even for people to...
SP12, bottom end. So that's where we are with Flavour Pro.
It's a big old deal, isn't it?
Yeah, huge deal. It's such an incredible product because the interface is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Because with that sample now, we could say, like I said, we've got an SP1200 here. We could go in and go, okay, I just want a bit of crackle on this, or it's limitless. But also, if you start going into some of the other effects that we have, so let's take that sample for instance, right? That sample, we could now go into this and go, actually, why don't we add some of the half speed onto this as well, right? So this is where it starts to get really, really creative.
Talking well, mate.
You know what I mean? Where you can go with all of this. It's pretty crazy. So yeah, this is Flavour Pro. This comes out on Monday. This is a brand new plugin that you can purchase from the MPC store, and it really takes the whole standalone experience of sampling and creating like old vinyl melodic melodies to a whole new level. And you can sit here and use all of the instruments and create all your own melodies now. Or dig into...
Turn your own songs into old records that you're sampling with that. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And what products, is it across the whole...
This is across the whole range. So this will work inside all of your MPCs, MPC keys, and even Force. So we've got a new update coming out for Force on the same day, which is 3.2, which basically brings all of the features that are in 2.11 into Force, and Force is now compatible with all of the plugins, instruments that are in MPC. So the OSs are kind of merging into one, which is exciting.
Nice.
So yeah,
unbelievable.
That's available Monday, and I will show you the next plugin in a minute, which is also compatible across the whole
I'm going to do that
range.
separate video, yeah?
Separate video.
Oh, thank you so much, as ever.
Pleasure.
And check out all the videos I've done with that. If this is the first time you've seen Andy, and also you want to learn more about the products, go to your channel, the Akai channel.
Yeah, akaipro.com. On YouTube, there's about 200-300 Beats Academy videos that cover the whole workflow of MPC1, Live, X, everything. And yeah, and you can reach me on Instagram as well, Andy Mac Akai Official, and you can DM me, whatever you want. I'm here for everyone.
And and we did a video recently where we've proven that even if you're around Andy Mac and you listen to him, it doesn't quite rub off. But that'll be linked below. But thanks so much for being here, mate, and I'm excited to the next one. Thanks, Falcon, and we'll see you soon.